everybody, and welcome back to Photographer Life Check. I'm your host, Qurissy, and today I have the illustrious Ariana Bailey. Brr, 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 brr. Hey. Thank you so much for
Hey,
coming, Ari. I'm so happy to have you here. I want to
thank you for
start off,
having
of course, darling. I want to
me.
start off like I do with everyone and with a little photographer fit check.
Hit check.
Now, yes, ma'am. All you have to do is talk about something that you're wearing it, why you're wearing it, if you love it, something like that. It could be top, jewelry, headband, however you feeling.
Beautiful. I will start with, I guess, or this is my piece, my little AK-47 Angel. I wear her
It's
every
just so
day.
fire.
I wear her every day. I just, it keeps me protected on set, through life, everything. So this is one piece that is always on me.
Did you get it custom made or like how did you find this?
Actually, Sam got it for me. My boyfriend got it for me at Black Market Flea.
That's so
I
fire.
don't remember the artist, but he brought it home and I was like, this is me in a necklace and this is like, yeah.
When your baby know you, like that's so,
This
so
is
dope.
yeah.
Okay, photographer fit check for me. I don't know. Today, to be transparent with y'all, I had an allergic reaction on set the other day. I'm allergic to some cats. I don't know which cats. And so that shit
Those
put me
cats.
down. You know what I'm saying? It put me down. So I was real stuffy this morning and I didn't do my morning things. So today I just have on the work outfit because since I didn't do all of my morning things this morning, I'm going to do it after we record today.
Beautiful. Well, you still look good, so
Thank you, beautiful. So she's gonna get into, her yogas and and Pilates after the things.
beautiful. So am I actually. My first Pilates class.
Hey, twin.
Yeah.
First
Mhm.
Pilates class today? Like you do 2 a days?
No, like first Pilates class in LA. I haven't gone to any
Oh,
like classes out here. So I've just been like, yeah,
oh.
yeah, yeah. I'm
I
excited.
thought for sure. I'm sorry to cut you off. I thought when we were
Yeah.
talking about Pilates yesterday, I thought you were going out here.
No. I used to go in Chicago when I was like working out more, but I haven't found a studio here. So I am finally found a gym and
Ooh,
we're going back.
yes, that's gonna be fire.
Yeah.
Twins. Okay, so let's get into the life check. Photographer life check, as you all have heard, now that we passed our 6 month mark, is
Ooh.
something exciting that's happening in your career right now. We wanted to make it specific now with our little change. So that could be like a pivot, maybe you're in, it could be a project you just finished or are about to do, just sharing some excitement around your photography life.
Dope. We were just talking about this a little bit, but actually, so I'm a photographer and set designer, and I've kind of am at the point right now, which is where I'm kind of pivoting to more of like a creative direction type role. Not necessarily pivoting because I will always do photography, I'll always do set design, and I kind of feel like all of those things go into creative direction anyways.
Yeah.
So right now, I'm transitioning into just doing different narrative for different brands. Me and my boyfriend are partnering up together, and we're really excited about a few projects that we have lined up. We have a little name for our company. So, yeah, I'm super excited about that. And just working with other artists, I have a lot of other artists that I've just, had little seeds planted with for different shoots that are coming up for the end of the
Hey.
year. So, yeah.
That's so exciting. I can't wait. I noticed, you didn't say the name. No pressure to say the name. I'm just stating for the audience that's listening, this is something to be looking out for.
Yes,
Like this
definitely look out.
drop.
I'm definitely keeping it a secret for now.
Yes.
Yes, it'll be when it's out, you'll know.
Okay, beautiful. I love this because it kind of sets the tone for what I've been thinking about and the ways that I view your work. So I want to get on a deep dive in it. If this is your first time listening, we love pulling up all of the artists' work while we talk about it, just so y'all can see the people that you're getting to know or maybe that you already love. You can see some of their work and go on a deep dive with us. So, one thing that I love about your work, I think both as a photographer and a set designer, is how dark and sensual and sometimes even erotic your work feels to me. I'm curious, is that intentional? Is that just happenstance? Like, are you just finding those clients or are those clients finding you?
A little bit of both, but honestly, I think that as an artist, that is kind of where my vision has always like been steered is like erotic art or street art or just art that's kind of taboo. And just I also like playing on themes of like empowering your body, empowering your senses, and also where those intertwine with nature and things like that. So I think, yeah, a lot of my art is very sensual, and I guess, yeah, I would say it's erotic too. It's just kind of I shoot mostly women, not, and that's also not very intentional. I've shot men before too, but I feel like a lot of my work is women that I'm shooting, and I just like to see and like be someone that can allow women to explore themselves in that space and feel safe exploring themselves in that space. And it's also kind of a coincidence that I feel like my art always, I don't, maybe not a coincidence, but my art always does fall in this category of like the people that come to me for shoots, they want this type, they're looking for this style, this like
Yeah.
erotic, sensual, playful style.
And I love it because honestly, on a personal level, you do kind of give Morticia Adams. Like
Oh
it's
my God.
dark, it's sultry, it's romantic.
Yes.
And
I
to
mean,
be
that's me.
honest, like, yes, okay, oh my God.
That's
Okay, so
me.
like I don't know a ton about the Adams family. Like I kind of watched it in and out like growing up.
Yeah, same.
But what I do know about it is like the deep devotion between Morticia and the husband character is like the theme, like the backbone of the show, basically. And
Yeah.
so, what I get, I think, from your personal style and your personal artistry and the work that you put in for yourself and others, it feels like a deep devotion or like a deep romance that comes through in your photos.
Yeah, I see that too, and I feel like it's just how I view, that's like my the vision that I view everything through, is this like
Mm.
almost like romantic like view of things. So I think it just comes out in my work naturally.
So, was that a natural thing that happened for you, or were there like inspirations and people that you look to like learn how to use eroticism in your work and like in your
I think
worldview?
I mean, I think it just kind of came to me naturally. I have, through that, I have, different artists and different photographers that I find inspiring, and I am inspired by their work. But I do think that the way that I shoot and the subject matter, how it's shot, is something that just kind of yeah, it just came to me naturally. That just felt like that is how I'm supposed to create. And I never really was like, oh, I want to take, a sensual photo. Let me, like, when I make my mood boards, I'm not really drawing from like, oh, I'm drawing from like nature and like how that makes me feel. Or like,
Mm.
and then I'm able to put that into like these visual moments with people. But I don't really draw. I mean, we're all inspired from other artists, but I wouldn't say that I like study eroticism or like
Mm.
sensuality or something like that in order to make my work, if that makes sense.
Yeah, absolutely. It also, I think it drives home the idea of like knowing your photographer. One of your sessions that stood out to me was this one.
Oh yeah, I
Because
love this
as
shoot.
I studied your work, I mean, it's gorgeous. I love it. I mean, it gives editorial, it gives sensuality. But in viewing this work, it just kind of hit me like, yeah, you're not photographing like the pink, dainty fairy girl, which there's nothing wrong with that. There's a space for
Yeah,
that everywhere. But you are photographing like this dark phoenix or
it's
like
the
this
it's
dark
the other side that we
yeah.
all that we all have, and I think that, I mean, someone that, like, I'm getting a little deep here, but someone that does struggle with, depression and anxiety and things like that, I think it's easier for me to tap into that darker side while
Mhm.
I still have all my light and everything. But it's something that just kind of comes out of me naturally when I'm expressing and shooting in any
Yeah,
art form, really. Like, it could be my photography, it could be my collage work, it could be my like textile work. I do a lot of different things, and they kind of all have a similar theme going on.
think I picked that up too. I love what you said just now too. Like in your darkness, you find the light, which I think is like that's the goal. That's what we're
Mhm.
trying to figure out how to do,
It's
and
always
that just
there.
looks
It's always
different for
there.
everybody. Yeah, like the
Yeah.
darkness almost being your light. Like I think that's fire.
Yeah, I heard that something the other day was basically that, saying like when you think everything's dark, maybe you are the light. And like, I've had, moments, but through art I realized that there is always a light, whether that's through me or through the art or whatever that is, there's always a light there.
Do you
Mhm.
identify as like a romantic girly?
Yes,
Yeah.
definitely. Yeah.
I love it because I think how you mentioned like some of this darkness just comes natural to you. I think some of our personality traits just show up in our work like this. And I was thinking about how it might show up in your work as both a photographer and a set designer, and how you might be using maybe things like romance or darkness or sensuality and eroticism to develop your work. And
To
I
develop,
imagine, yeah,
like
you go ahead.
develop sets, you mean?
Sets or just when you're shooting. So I guess I'm wondering, how does that play in for set designing?
How does it play in for set designing? Let me think about that.
Yes.
Honestly, I wouldn't say that. I honestly feel like so photography and set design for me go hand in hand because like when I first started, it was literally me in my bedroom like making sets so that I could do photo shoots, just like self-portrait shoots. And
Yeah.
then that just like spiraled into what I'm doing now. But and at the start of it, I guess my sets were a little bit more sensual, but now set design, like I'm typically making it for, as you can see, other artists. So I don't really need to, it's really dependent on who the artist is that I'm building a set for. If I need to tap into that dark side or erotic side or neither of those sides, it
Yeah.
really is dependent on those projects. Like I feel like that's where photography and set design are a little bit different. Set design is
Hmm.
definitely still personal, but it's in a different way because you're creating this world based off of like you're getting a pretty literal like sense of what someone else's vision is and then you're basically like making that. So it's not so much that I feel like I need to pull from like my own sensuality or I really try to tap into either the song or the setting that needs to be made.
Yeah, of course. And it makes sense that like the skills would transfer over. And I imagine even just work really well together as you're thinking about putting together different frames.
Yeah, in a more
So,
technical sense, definitely it helps me like I mean they definitely go hand in hand.
and it sounds like photography came first for you then, right?
Yeah.
Were you doing self portraits at that time when you were just building in your room, or
Yeah.
were you, oh, okay,
Yeah,
tight.
so that was a whole little self-portrait like period of time there. And I was like I never really thought of myself as like coming out and being like a photographer. I just was like, "Oh, I'm just like having fun with this camera in my room, like whatever." And I just had a friend that happened to be like, "Oh, these are cool. Like you should do more stuff with this." And then I
Ooh,
like spiraled into doing like event production or experiential event production. So I was like building out sets for that type of thing. And then that just, spiraled into music videos and whatnot.
that's fire.
Mhm.
Always shout out to that friend, that cousin, that whoever
For
that
real.
tells you you should keep doing something that just feels like a new idea for you. We love them. We love y'all.
We really do. Because who knows what would be without.
No, for real. So I want to pull up this video.
This was a fun video.
Okay, it looks like a fun video. I wanted to bring this one up because I think it kind of taps into like how you're playing around as a set designer or production designer on sets that still feel very aligned with the type of creative that you are. Like, of course, you're trying to tap into the creativity that the artist is asking for, but something that
Mhm.
stood out to me in this video is the church scene. And what I love about your work is the way you make themes that we've seen before feel a little different. So, for example, the church scene, we've seen plenty of videos with churches in it. And I mean, we love them. Most of them are really creative. And I think it's a really good theme to play with and figure out how we can make new things out of. And I think
Mhm.
this scene really speaks to like that darkness and like light coming out of darkness like you mentioned here today, and adding like these flowers to the church, not necessarily feeling like the same ways we might always see them. And I think it's like really beautiful, especially because of the
Yeah.
types of flowers that were used. I was just so impressed. I thought it was really cool how it aligned with the stained glass. And it really just made me admire your work and your process. So I'm curious, for something like this, can you talk about your thought process during pre production to make these visions feel a little different?
I guess really for this video, we were back and forth with, making this. The producer knew that he wanted him to come out on this casket and be presented to to I guess all the people in the church.
Hmm.
And he's this artist himself is like kind of having this internal battle with himself, and the flowers just kind of were there to represent kind of what I was saying earlier, that there is this light. There's always this light. There's a power in the darkness, essentially. And through that darkness you can always find the light. And I think flowers are just like they're a great way to represent that. It was a direction I got from the producer, but when I was making this set, we started out with kind of like a really minimal amount, and just like making it lush and like overgrown was kind of I literally had to keep going back to this corner store where we got the flowers on set. I bought the entire store's flowers pretty much. It was like this little, and it was like the day before Mother's Day, I'm pretty sure. And they were like, "What is going on?"
Oh.
They kept going back, and I was like, "It just needs to be more vivacious, like almost like he's like there's like life, even though he is dead, I guess, on this casket, but there's still like
Right.
life all around him." Um, and so yeah, that was kind of it wasn't like the hardest set I've ever done by any means, but it's definitely a very fun one.
I liked it. It looks so fun. But speaking
Hmm.
of flowers, it makes me think about a set that I seen recently from you where you created this mossy bikini set,
Ooh.
and the heels. It is so stunning. I'm about to pull it up right now. And even in this process, because initially I only saw it on your Instagram. So in the process of like viewing your website, I saw more photos and I was like, why didn't you post all of these? My
All of
God.
them. I know, I'm so picky. I'm so picky.
So stunning. Can you talk about like where these ideas come from for you, how you got to this one, this shoot?
Yeah. So this one actually was funny because this was an accidental project. If I didn't work on this set and that I previously worked on, I would have never had the moss. So I was working on a
Nice.
different video set, and we used moss to make this like tube thing that the girl was like supposed to be seen through, which still hasn't dropped yet. But there was all this moss left over, and I had taken it home from set because they were gonna throw it away, and I just had it sitting for a while, and I'm like, what am I gonna do with this? I keep spritzing it, like trying to keeping it alive. And I'm like, but what am I gonna do with this? And I had this little tote bag, and I just like was like, you know what? I'm gonna cover this in moss. And then I just started getting this idea of like I've already had this concept of like human nature and how humans are so closely tied with nature, and the way that like there's sensuality in nature and there's sensuality in like us as humans and how those intertwine. And I
Mhm.
wanted to make just this whole collection of intimate pieces, but covered in moss or nature elements. So that's kind of how this whole thing came about. And I don't know, I couldn't say if it's done yet or not. I still have more moss, so it's probably not. We've probably got more of the collection on the way, but
So are these pieces for sale?
they're not for sale.
Oh,
I
okay.
thought about it, but they're not for sale. They're really just like one of one pieces that I made for fun, you
Yeah.
know? Yeah.
Okay, yeah, yeah. When you said collection, I was like, "Oh,
Mhm.
is she dropping the pieces of the Moss
Oh, am I dropping like
collection?"
a collection? No, I mean, so it has the heels, the tote, and the bikini. And then I have a few ideas of a couple more things I want to make. It's like one of those things where I could do it for sale, but it's like so special to me and such a just a fun project that I don't know. I don't feel like I should need to put a price on it, at least not now. Maybe like show it in an exhibition or something, but like for sale, no.
I feel that. This and actually some conversations I had with Dakota made me realize that you fabricate and you make things from scratch.
Hmm.
Also, you mentioned a little earlier in the conversation that you make collages, and Dakota also told me you make collages. And I was like, where the hell are all of the collages and all of the things,
I know.
Ari?
I'm just a little art hoarder. Yeah.
It's okay.
It's like,
I also,
I feel like as an artist, I'm just constantly making things, and like I don't necessarily
yeah.
am not making them to like post. I'm making them like sometimes it's like a release of something, or like I don't know, it's just I'm saying like right now I'm wearing these shorts that I cyanotyped. Like I just, it's always
Oh my
something
God.
random.
Can we see? How wasn't that in the photographer fit check? Oh my
Well,
God.
because I mean, I'm sitting at, I'll show you this. It might be hard to see. It might be hard to see the print on it, but I'll show you. I'll show you.
That's crazy.
Here, excuse me, kitty.
I I took a class with Kaylin, who we also had on the show. Shout out
Oh,
to
I took
Kaylin.
that class too, or one of them.
Yeah, and one thing I love about her is how she prints on clothes. It's so tight.
Yeah, she's so sick. Okay, it's hard to see though in this. This is Sam,
Oh my God, that's
and this
so
is
cool.
so hard to see
That's
them.
also that's so romantic. I love this. I want to do this.
Isn't that so cute? No, it's so fun. I cyanotype everything. After that class, I started cyanotyping everything.
Oh my God, I still haven't cyanotyped any clothes, but I want to. I need to
Yeah,
figure out how
it's
to
like
do it.
definitely I mean, it's same process, just like leaving it on for longer. It's definitely an experiment. Like this I probably should have left on a little bit longer, but trial and error.
But that I feel like that just goes into it. Like this is so romantic. You really are a maker. You make things with hands, both an image maker and a fabricator, prop master, set designer. What kind of things are you loving fabricating the most?
I mean, right now, honestly, my obsession has been this moss collection, mossing things. Like that has been, it's also just like as a tourist, I love anything that has to do with nature, anything grass, anything if I'm touching
Yeah.
the grass, touching the dirt, if I'm at the beach, like that is, I love that. So I think being able to make art out of something that is like a piece of nature, because this is live moss that I'm using. It's not like fake or anything. So it's like,
Yeah.
it feels nice. It's a super great experience. Also doing my cyanotype work, I have a lot of projects that I'm like about to make all these envelopes that are like personalized cyanotype envelopes, just like little stuff like that.
Yeah. That's beautiful. Can you
Yeah.
talk a little bit more about your process? Like, one of my favorite ideas and kind of mantras of my life is shortening the distance between idea and creation. And so I'm curious for you, like how you mentioned the cyanotype class, and then you were like, I want to do everything. What's your process like just with your creative relationship?
I think like the more time like passes, I'm turning into someone that I feel like once I have an idea, it's important for me to do what I can to try and get it out or see that it comes out. Or I'm now realizing more so the importance of doing that versus letting things wait and be a part of the universe and before like you actually get to do your ideas. So I think that's one thing for sure, just making sure that I'm always like, if I have an idea in mind, to not like, don't let my anxieties get in the way, don't let anything else get in the way. Just do it and see what the outcome is and go from there. I'm also someone that like when I'm editing photos, I have to get them like I do like a couple rounds of edits. I don't let it sit too long. Otherwise I feel like I'm gonna start like, I don't like this anymore. I don't know about how I'm feeling about this. So I'm someone that like gets my photos back. Like Sid knows, like he will give my rolls back to me. And that same day I will have edited and posted them. I'm sure he's like, how
Yeah.
is she what? Because I just like, I will get them out because I'm like, I can't let it sit.
Shout out to Arthouse Film Lab. We love them over
No,
here.
for real. Like that's basically all I shoot on.
Hey, period. I want to pull up some more sets of your work so we can talk through more about your creative photography process. One of my favorite things is finding people who do multiple things. And I mean, many of us do, most of us, if not all, have multiple interests. But I do know that you operate as a producer, a set designer, and a photographer, and they all feel very aligned. And so, in going through some of these images, can you talk more about how you like to move through? I guess move through moments when you're photographing for someone else in comparison to when you're photographing for yourself, kind of like with the Moss project.
When I'm photographing for someone else, it's really all about them. Like I want them to feel the most comfortable. I want the music playing that they want to be playing. I want like the moments that they want to be captured alongside of my own like personal agenda, but always making sure that, and also that they're having a good time, that we're connecting. That's something that I'm always like making sure that I am keeping under control, or keeping like a good relationship with the clients that I have on set. This wedding in particular was super funny because I was added last minute, and it ended up being like one of my favorite shoots. I wasn't
Oh,
even expecting to shoot. I've never shot a wedding. This was the first time I'd gotten to do that, and was super happy with the outcome, and just the whole experience, like getting to share that moment with them and just seeing how joyful they were the whole time. And that's a lot of times the experience that I have when I'm shooting with people, is just getting that feedback that they're having, like that they're so happy to be here. Like we're both so happy to like be doing this together. So it's really special.
that is some of my favorite feedback. Just knowing that the other person or people are feeling really good about the experience
Yeah.
is like, okay, I'm
And
doing
about
my job.
themselves, like they're feeling good about themselves,
Yeah.
having a good time. I'm like,
And
yeah.
comfortable and like really feeling
Mhm.
like themselves. Do you shoot entirely on film?
Yeah.
How did you come to make that choice for yourself?
So I started out shooting digitally actually,
Hmm.
and I just had a friend who like let me try out their film camera, and I was like, wait a second. I really like how these photos are coming out. And I kind of just something about the character that just consistently comes out with film. I just couldn't look back. And I don't know, digital, I'll shoot digitally, but it's just not my forte, I guess. Which is
Yeah.
has its pros and its cons, because I mean, a lot of people do like digital photography, and I feel like I in the freelance world, I kind of like am only giving myself so much with only shooting film,
Hmm.
but it's special to me. So I don't know. That's just how I do it right now.
Yeah, I'm into it. I think you have figured out a great way to maintain consistency throughout projects, and that's just really impressive to me.
Hmm.
I also just love talking to film photographers who rely at very least mostly on film and get to know how they're thinking about putting together images and color and composition. Can you talk to us about how you think about your work in that way when you're approaching a session?
Yeah. I mean, I think I always, as you can see, I like things to be very moody. So
Hmm.
however I can achieve a moody vibe, that is what I'm going for. Whether like the concept could be this bright thing, like the one with the cake, the girl with the cake and the candles in
Yeah.
the kitchen. Like her mood board was not as moody as that at all, but the photos were
Mm,
like the way that I'm gonna do it, it's gonna have that mood to it, that sensual, just like romantic darkness about it. And I mean, she loved it. It's usually well received. Um,
yeah.
but yeah, for whatever reason, that's just like, even if it's like the most like bright idea, I'm somehow gonna make it like have a little dark twist to it.
You know what? It just clicked to me in this moment. It just reminds me of Tumblr days. Like I feel like that's what my
Yes, and
Tumblr feed
I
looked
was
like.
all over it. I was
Oh
all over
my god. I'm like, this feels so like even
I love the
nostalgic,
shape.
but new and dark, and
Yeah.
yeah, it reminds me
I
of
also really
Tumblr.
like my photos to feel almost like you're looking in on a moment of
Mm-hmm.
something, like just like these two braiding their hair, but like with
Yeah.
a twist.
That was almost perfect timing. As I scroll to this, you're like, we're
Mhm.
looking in on a moment. I'm like, yes, literally. That's so beautiful. Okay, let's take a break right here and we'll be right back. This episode is brought to you by Arthouse, the first Black owned film lab in the city of Los Angeles. Arthouse specializes in C41, black and white, E6, and ECN2 processing for 35mm and medium format film, using a custom built cinema scanner to deliver stunning movie quality stills. Pick up or drop off a roll at their new location in Chinatown and check them out at arthousefilmlab.com or at Arthouse Film Lab on IG. And tell them we sent you. Okay, so what we haven't talked about yet is some of your experiential production work and some new things we have coming up. But first, how about we start with this album release party? So, can you start off by telling us about your work as an experiential producer when you're doing stuff like this for SZA's album release party?
Yes. So this project was very like run and gun. I got 5 days notice from my friend that was the lead producer on this, and she had me on. She's actually based in Chicago, so it was kind of like I need hands on the floor in LA to help me produce this album release for SZA, and I'm like, this isn't real. For what? And
Right.
but it was, and we had 5 days to get it together. Um, it was super dope. It's always a large team, so you never feel like, I mean, like I said, there was 5 days, so there was some pressure, but it never feels like you're doing everything. You have a great team of people, and everyone's delegated their own tasks. And then you get to just like you meet really dope people. You get to the experience is very rewarding. I mean, one of the dopest things about the experiential world is being able to see things built from the ground up. So starting at like, I mean,
Yeah.
absolutely nothing in a space to finding all the bits and pieces to make it like what it is at the end is amazing. And then seeing people enjoy that space and using your, photo op areas and everything is just,
Yeah.
it's very rewarding.
Yeah, it really feels rewarding to me. I think it's so cool to build something from scratch and then have somebody actually be in it. That feels like a different experience. It's one of my
Yeah.
favorite things about production designers and set designers or even just set dressers. It's like you just spent hours building this thing and now a whole world was built for it.
It's literally
And
a whole nother world that you're
it's a
building.
whole
It's like,
world. It's so
yeah.
beautiful. Yeah, and I mean experiential designer, like it's obviously about the experience of what you're allowing someone to come into.
Yeah. I mean, you can just have like, that's kind of the difference between like, just event production and experiential event production is like when
Mm.
you're doing experiential, you want people like emphasis on the word experience and immersive. Like you
Yeah.
want people to have, they're taking something away from this. They're having like, magic moments in this space that you've created. So it's very rewarding.
Okay, I just showed the first Shorty event, but you guys are having another one. Can you tell the people about that one?
Yes. So Shorty, started last year, a short film screening night for Black and Brown directors. We did the first one at Black Image Center and it was beautiful. And so I was like, we
Shout out to Black Image
definitely,
Center.
for real, yes. They hold it down. And so this year I was like, you know what, we need to do that again. So we're going to do it again at Arthouse. Shout out to Sid and Arthouse.
Shout out to our
Um,
house.
but yeah, no, so this time we're doing a short film screening night for Black and Brown directors. Applications are open right now. The deadline is August 1st. So if anyone has any films they want to submit, you should do that. Do that while the window's open. We're really excited to watch all of them. Yeah, it's going to be a fun night. There's going to be some like everyone's going to get a little prize that participates. We're going to have drinks, might have some food. So yeah, it'll be a nice little movie night for the community.
Incredible. I can't wait to see it. I can't wait to be there. Also, I can't wait to see all the movies folks submit in. We were
Me
just
too.
helping a friend of ours on set for another short film. She been going crazy. Shout out to Michaela.
Shout out, Michaela.
She's on her third one and they are wasting no time. I love to see it.
I'm
So
so excited.
'tis the season.
Hmm.
Okay. So we touched on your work as a producer, your work as a photographer, and your work as a set designer. And you mentioned a little bit earlier that you're transitioning a little bit as a creative director, even though all of these skills and these parts of you will always be there, and I'm sure you'll act on them as projects and inspiration allows, I'm curious how you'll be transitioning into this creative director role. Like maybe what kind of themes or ideas are you focused on or like looking for to collab with other artists?
Right now, I would say I'm definitely looking forward to and leaning more on doing more narrative things, which is where I think the set design and photography world kind of comes in because I'm already building worlds and, taking images of these different worlds as a photographer and set designer. But now teaming up with my boyfriend and doing them like together as a whole narrative thing is very exciting. Just it's I don't know, it's a cool pivot point to be taking things into more of like a moving story than like my photography, which is I kind of think of as a still story. It's a still movie, a frame.
Mm-hmm.
I think when I'm shooting a lot of things, I like things to feel almost like a frame of a movie. And so pivoting into this direction is just exciting to be able to see like kind of these different narratives play out in motion with different brands. We're really focusing on like different fashion brands and stuff right now, but
Mm.
we'll see where else it takes us.
That's exciting. Can we talk a little bit more about that idea that you just said? You kind of think of your still work as a frame in a film, like a
Yeah,
cinematic frame in a film. I think something that stands out to me is I feel like there was an era of my life where I mostly thought in stills. Like my ideas didn't come to me in motion.
yeah.
And I'm curious how your ideas come to you considering you're doing both motion and stills.
Yeah. I mean, honestly, it's just like little moments that happen around me. Like for instance, when we were on set yesterday, that little area with the light coming through and
Mhm.
just like just different the way lighting will like hit a wall sometimes or like hit a tree sometimes. That whole like that is where I find inspiration. I'm like, "Oh, like what if something like I'll see like a whole scene play out there." Like after
Yeah.
just like one little moment like that and I'm like see a whole scene in my head. So I feel like it's really just the things around me I draw so much inspiration from.
I love that. I feel like that has happened for me more now, because in the same way in that scene yesterday, I saw multiple photos. I was like,
Yeah.
"Oh, I would love to see somebody right here or two people doing
Mhm.
this over there." So I just love, like, the different ways these ideas, like, pop into our heads.
Yeah, I mean and art really is like as corny as it sounds, it's literally all around us. It's just like how you're viewing
Yeah.
things. Like it's like a photo could be taken anywhere depending on like how you're seeing it. So,
Yeah, exactly. I love
mhm.
this, and I appreciate this life check with us today, but I wanna jump into the other segments we have for you. So,
Yes.
since our 6-month march, what I'm so excited about, we have a new segment. This segment
Okay.
is called, I think, at least for now, it's called the PLC playlist because I want to just, excuse me, it's called the PLC playlist because I'm making a playlist of all of the songs that everyone gives us. And we're going to
Oh,
have a cute little playlist. You know what I'm saying? It's going to be a cute little vibe.
ooh, what do I have?
So, music is really important to me. I feel like it's one of the reasons why I shoot and supports my creativity in so many ways. So, what's a song maybe you played while shooting recently or something that you just like heavy in rotation right now?
Heavy in rotation. I need to look at my Spotify. Like,
Yeah.
actually, yes. Cadillac or Lex by Pink Sifu.
Then, I'm going to have a little clip of the song playing or something.
Of
It's going to be so
course. This one I just ran I like listened to this album a while back and like randomly just got back in my head. So I love when I go back to an album too.
cute. Me
And it
too.
literally feels like it's new again.
I love that feeling. Thank you so much for the PLC playlist edition. Next, we have
That's so cute. I
photographs.
love that.
Thank you. I can't wait for it to be all nice and full. It felt like a good thing to start at this little 6-month mark, you know?
Yeah, really great idea. We love that.
Thank you. So next up is photographs not taken. This one is a fan favorite. Also my favorite. What's a photograph you wish you would have taken but never did?
Ooh, honestly, that kind of happens to me often. And it's
Mm-hmm.
really annoying because I mean, so this isn't, I guess this isn't one photograph, but I feel like always observing, I'm always looking. And I'm one of those people that when I'm like, I'm a photographer, but the amount of times I forget to take a photo of like the experiences that I'm having is like, what, like, are you a photographer? Because I don't know. It's so funny. But I
Do
think
you
there's a
mean
lot of
of you in the space?
not even of me in this space, but I'll just be so absorbed and like using my actual eyes to like be in
Mm-hmm.
this moment that I like will completely forget to even take a photo of it. And I feel like there's been so many of those moments where I'm like, wait, damn it, I should like, why don't I go home and I'm like, I don't have any. Oh, oops.
Yeah.
I was just so in the moment, which is fine. Like, you're in the moment. And I'm just a very in the moment kind of person, I guess. But I think there's just a
Yeah.
lot of times where I'm like, I should have whipped my camera out. Or I guess different like events. I'm blanking on this specific event, but being like having that moment with myself at home, like, should I bring my camera? Should I not bring my camera? And then I go and
Mhm.
don't bring my camera, and then I'm like, why? There was like an
I
Ebony Beach Club or like something like that that I didn't bring it, and there was all these. I kept seeing all these photos, and I'm like, it's not gonna do it justice on my phone. Like, so I guess I could say there are several moments.
Yeah, stuff like that. That's why I wanted to do this segment. I mean, like you said, being an observer is just a part of my life. So I see these photographs every day. And at a
Hmm.
place like Ebony Beach Club, I know the photos had to be crazy. I mean, shout out to Taylor. She shot there. Also a previous guest. She shot there. I think she had a photo booth or something and her images were incredible. Like, I completely
Yes,
feel
yeah, her
you.
work is incredible.
Yeah. My photograph not taken this week is actually from the shoot yesterday. There was a moment where I was sitting on the floor next to Dakota, and Michaela and Steve were trying to set up the shot, and they were sort of like behind us and maybe to the left, like a little adjacent kind of thing. And I had to look over my shoulder at them. And she just looked so cool. She looked so happy. She was holding her
No.
monitor and just telling Steve like another direction to do for this scene as like we were setting up everything. And I looked at her and she just really looked so deep in her element. It was romantic to me. Like she was
Aw.
just like really commanding the moment and it was so beautiful that I was like, damn, I wish I could take this photo right now.
See, I wish we could like blink sometimes and it would like just snap
Right,
one
just
for us.
capture it for
Just
me.
like,
I would have my archive would be
oh, please.
heavy.
Correct, correct.
Heavy.
If I could just blink instead and take a photo, please.
God. And if that photo looked exactly how my
Oh
eye
yeah,
sees it,
exactly how your eyes saw it.
uh
Wow, we should invent that.
no, for
Someone needs to get on
what?
that.
That's probably on its way with all this AI.
For real.
Okay, our next segment is called The Gear Don't Matter, but and this segment is important to me because it's all about the gear we use, the gear we want to pay homage to, the gear we want to love on because it's the tools that help us create. But I think it's important to always call out that it is just a tool at the same time. Like the camera does not make the photo, the photographer does. And that's really important for us as artists. But let's shout out the work that, or excuse me, let's shout out the tools that we do use that help us support the work that we love to make. So, what's your favorite piece of gear that you love to use? And it doesn't have to be a camera.
I love to use my Handicam. I bring that around on
Ooh,
set, and I bring that like I probably bring that with me. Like if I'm just like casual outing where I already have my phone, I'll bring my Handicam and not my camera sometimes. It's
that
super fun. I like making little random videos of like not even vlog style. I just like making little videos of wherever I'm at, trying to just bring art into whatever little moment I'm in. Yeah, I love bringing my Handicam around.
that's so sweet. That also feels very romantic. What kind of handicam do you have?
Just a little like Sony, what is it, HD?
Cute. I love this.
Yeah, she's cute. She's very portable, very light.
Speaking of that, also, actually, I thought of this earlier when I was like, oh, do you mean the photos that you are taking of yourself, almost like behind the scenes? But what did stand out to me is you do get photographed a lot. I'm curious what your relationship to being photographed is. Is it just like something fun for you? Do you take it seriously? Like, I love being a subject or a model and like doing lookbooks or stuff like that.
I think for me, it definitely like when I first started shooting, it was just I'm the only one taking my photos. And I think as time has gone on, I've gotten better with other people taking my photos. And I would say that it doesn't look like I'm camera shy in most of my photos, but I really am.
Yeah, you look really confident in your photos. I love
And
it.
I don't really like having my picture taken that much, but it is something
What?
that I it is something that I'm trying to like work on because I do like how I photograph, but I think I just get in my head about like so I'm really picky
Mm,
about like who's shooting me or like stuff like that. Like I'll usually shoot myself or like my boyfriend shoots me or
yeah.
yeah, Yeah.
That's crazy because
But I'm like,
you photograph so well.
I modeled
And
for
I
Dakota though recently for one of her little
ooh,
projects, so that should be coming out
ooh.
soon. My first
Shout out to
little joint
Dakota.
gig.
Yes. Dakota's
Yeah,
also a previous guest. Wow, we shouted out everybody this
yeah, we
episode. I
did.
like that. But
Everyone deserves
no,
a shout out.
no, for real. Actually, while we're talking about it, I hope this does not like embarrass you because it's on your Instagram. I just want to pull it up real quick.
Oh,
Like,
I hope not.
babes, you photograph so well. I'm kind of gagged that you're like, actually, no, thank you. Like, even just this, which is this just a
Oh yeah,
photo booth?
yeah.
Like,
This is just a photo.
look at your eyes. Like, what are
I
you
know.
talking
That's what I'm
about?
saying. It wouldn't necessarily seem that I am
This
camera
one,
savvy.
which I
I'm telling
mean,
you. And I did these myself.
and it's not like it's a new idea. Like, of course, like we all in some way like struggle
Yeah.
with, I think, being photographed, maybe even self perception, things like that. Just knowing how to feel and look and like be comfortable in front of a camera is harder than people like try to make it seem. So it's not to say that like any of the things you're working through in your brain is wrong or anything. I'm just gagged because you do it what feels like
Well, and
frequently
the
and you do
person
it
that's
so
shooting me
well.
also really helps. Like, if it's someone
Yeah.
that like it's gotta be like the homie or I'm nervous. But it never comes out. It never comes out looking like I'm nervous. So I don't know.
Yeah.
It's
Which I
all
mean, come on. We saw this one already, but eating. What? Come on. That's hilarious. Okay, we took a short break, a quick intermission in between the segments, but it's okay because this one is the last one called Shoot Your Shot.
shoot
So,
your shot.
yes. So, for Shoot Your Shot, we want to know who is somebody or company you'd love to photograph or work for.
Tyler the Creator.
Yes, Tyler. Did you listen to the new album already?
I did. I didn't make it all the way through, but just because I was like busy. But I love what I've heard so far.
Yeah,
I
same. I
love
mean,
him
he's such
and
an
the
incredible
visuals,
artist.
the little visuals that have been coming out. I just want to create something with him so bad,
Yes,
so
I haven't seen it yet.
bad.
Okay. Tyler, we know you're listening. We know Tyler's people are listening.
Mm-hmm.
Hit up Ari right
You don't
now.
want
Like, what are y'all waiting for?
to.
Hello? We need her on set. Creative directing, production designing, set designing, photographing. She's gonna be
All
doing
of
all
it,
the things. So just hit the email.
please.
Thank you. Ari, thank you so much for showing up today, especially through the technical difficulties and the
Don't
brain
worry.
fog from the allergies.
No, you are good. Thank you for having me. This was super cute. Really happy I could
Girl.
do this.
So, can you tell the people where you would like to be found?
Yes, you can find me at my Instagram. Is that what this is?
Yeah. I mean,
Sensual.
however you'd like to answer that question. Maybe you don't want people to follow you on Instagram. No pressure.
You can follow me on Instagram. You can meet me in real life if I see you out. Don't be shy.
Exactly.
Say hi.
Period.
Don't be shy. Say hi. Otherwise, you'll see where I'm at on Instagram. You can follow me there as well, Arifana. But yeah, thank you so much.
Beautiful. Also, it's so funny because at first I thought you said, don't be shy, stay high. And I was like, put that on a t shirt. That's hard. Like,
Hey,
yes.
honestly, yeah,
You know what I'm
you would
saying?
see me wearing that.
Exactly. Me too. Honestly, let's do a collab. Photographer Life Check and Ariana Bailey collab.
I already
Or
want to make shorty short shorts so we can have a whole line.
that would be so
Wouldn't that
fire.
be crazy?
That would be
Shorty
so
short.
fire. Also, I say shorty a lot. Like,
That's why it's called shorty. So do
come
I.
on. This is gonna be so fire. So y'all just got a little gem just now. If you made it all the way to the end of the episode, it's all between us, okay? We the real ones
Mhm.
here. Okay, and we want to thank you all so much for tuning in today. You can find us at Photographer Life Check everywhere you get your podcasts. Be sure to follow us on YouTube and Spotify, especially because that's where you can watch us. And then, you can hit us up on Instagram too or whatever. And we'll see y'all next week. Bye.
Bye.